Nice to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you.
And it's always great to see you.
You too.
Outstanding performances.
Thanks.
I mean, seriously.
Thanks.
You know, it is a true story. And does that weigh heavy when you take a role on
Sure.
like this? The responsibility to get it right.
Absolutely.
Taraji, tell me about that as you get ready for something like this.
Well, you can't leave any stones unturned when it comes to someone that actually existed and it's a real story. And the world may not know about it, but there's a pocket of people who knew Ann, certainly her family and CP, their families, and people that are the locals in Durham. They know this story, and I think they cherish it because I see the comments in my, you know, when I post something about it, and people are very proud of this story, certainly the people of Durham. So there is a responsibility and a pressure to get it right. You know, but I know I'm an honest actor. I give my all. So does Sam. That's why, you know, he really disappears in his roles. And when I heard that he got the role, I was like, this is really going to be good. Because it's, you know, casting is so important.
It's got to be authentic.
If you can, a movie can have a great script. Casting can, whoo. So when I heard Sam was, I was like, great scene partner. This is going to be great. It's going to be great. Because I know, I watched his work. I know, I didn't know him like that. I mean, we knew each other. We hung out, but I never worked with him. But just watching his work, I just knew. I said, that's somebody I want to work with because we're from the same planet.
Yeah, I felt the same way about Taraji. I felt the same way because from seeing her in Hustle and Flow and Benjamin Button initially, I guess I'd seen her before, but those performances, I remember just watching her. I just was just mesmerized, you know, and I was like, wow. It's funny you said that because I knew that you and I would work well together. I'm not sure why.
I knew it.
You know, I think because you kind of mix comedy and drama. You have a little drama in your comedy, a little comedy in your drama, and I do the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
How did you guys approach the uncomfortable scenes? And there's a lot of that in this story.
Yeah.
How did you approach those to film these and make them authentic?
I think the first couple made me anxious, and then after that, we were sort of cool and we joked around.
Sam was very anxious. He came to my trailer a few times, that fat gut, and he had a pillow and he'd be scratching his head, and he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, Sam, we're safe. We're safe, totally safe. Like, I know you're not a bad person. Like, we're acting. Like, just let it go, babe. We're safe. Like, throw it at me. And once I did that, then I think it was fine.
Yeah.
Because it's a delicate situation, and most people have risen above it. We've evolved, most of us. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of weird. It's the same thing on Hidden Figures. I had to tell the fellas, look.
You just got to go.
It's okay. Just do it. We're acting. I can take it.
So what was your cool down after a scene like that?
We would laugh.
We tell
jokes.
We did
listen
sing
to music.
Lottie Dottie. I like to party.
I see what you did there. I like that.
Yes.
We have a few things in common. We both had quirky parents, and you know, we talked about stuff. Yeah.
I will first start off by saying it's an honor to sit across from you today, sir.
Thank you.
How does it feel to see a part of your life play out on the big screen?
It's good. It's good. And the best part about it is children and grandchildren, and we all got to see it. That was really, really, really nice. It did something to our family that they will think about and talk about the rest of their lives.
When did you find out that there was going to be a movie made about this story?
I had a meeting, 5 or 6 years ago, maybe longer than that, with Robin Bissell. And he talked about the movie, but other folks had talked about the movie. And we had done the documentary, the play, and so I was kind of used to, by every 5 years, somebody would come by and want to do something. But he seemed real serious and followed through on it. And then I met his father at the play. We were doing the play in Durham, and I met his father. And he said, you know, Robin is really serious about doing this thing. And I said, great, that's fantastic. And it started from there.
Tell me about the day that you arrived in Durham back in, was it 1971?
Yeah. Now, I lived 25 miles from Durham. So Durham was a strange town. And I actually picked Durham. I didn't really pick Durham, but I was willing to go to Durham because it was close home and I had a newborn. and so I could commute. That was great. And then I ran into this,
Which is
what I call that day, this mess.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to ruin any part of the movie, but there's you have a conversation about that day in the film, which the entire theater was just like howling when you said that. It's okay. So a follow up for that, when the first day that you met CP and Ann, do you remember that day?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
They were one day apart, and I went to see CP first. And he ran a service station. And he stared at me like, wow, you are talking to me and you're looking me in the eye? And it didn't go well. It didn't go well. Ann was a little bit different. She pegged me to start with. Oh, you from the North, aren't you? Oh, you think you're better than we are? And obviously, I'm from North Carolina. I have never lived in the North. How she got the fact that I was from the North, I don't know. But neither one of them was cordial on the first visit.
Maybe that's why they came together so well.
Yeah, maybe so.
At the end, we're not ruining anything. What do you hope people take away from this film?
That if we can look at ourselves in a light of honesty, then we can help other people around us look at themselves with honesty, and all of us fall short of what we ought to be.
I know what a charrette is now, by the way.
All right.
And do you still do those? Because I have some people that need it in Texas.
Well, see, 10 days is no longer reasonable to do. And I've done some short 3 days, 4 days for companies that have gone over well, but you can't get people 10 days to do anything.
Your magic is amazing, my friend.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
All
Seriously.
right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Thank you for the Hunger Games and Seabiscuit,
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way. I just got to start with that. Really wanted to talk to you about just your filmmaking and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was lucky to be a part of those.
Including this one. How did you find, it really is a remarkable, outstanding story. How did you discover it?
So I used to get Time magazine, and years ago you had the milestones page, which listed anybody who passed away or births or marriages. And it was this little blurb about C.P. Ellis. It said he had died 2005 and he was a Klan member who turned Union activist. I said, well, how did that happen, right? That was my first question. Then I found that there was a book written about the kind of chronology of events and the history of C.P. and Ann Atwater. And of course, once I honed in on Ann Atwater,
Yeah.
I knew how it happened.
You actually spoke with Ann. So Ann, she was aware that this film was in development?
Yeah.
Tell me about those conversations.
Well, I mean, I first met Ann in 2013, so I had a good 3 years with her, on and off, till her passing in the summer of 2016. But she was a force of nature. I mean, just like Taraji portrays her in the movie, she had this remarkable strength about her and clarity about her and a huge heart and compassion, but forceful. Like when she talked even the last time I spoke with her, you could just feel the power coming through the phone.
Taraji.
She was really excited.
Taraji's so perfect for this role.
Yes.
I mean, I've known her for a couple of years. And,
You have?
She's remarkable, and she really portrays this, and I can't wait to talk to her about that.
Yeah, and Ann was really excited that Taraji was doing
So
this.
Ann knew about that.
Oh
then.
yeah. Ann, I have a great voicemail I saved. I have a lot, but I have one from Ann specifically about Taraji. Everyone had been calling her, and Ann was so excited. I mean, maybe I can play it for you sometime, but yeah, she was really, really happy.
As you uncovered this story, the layers of research that you went through, what struck you the most about this remarkable friendship?
Yeah.
These people probably should not have been friends.
No, they shouldn't have. And it all started with Bill Riddick, who was the charrette manager, deciding to kind of force people on both sides of this racial issue to talk together. And it was really Ann who, during these meetings, decided, you know what, I'm going to let down my wall. And even though CP was, the head of a violent, racist group, she said there's a way to get to him. And she recognized that. And so that was what she did.
Tell me, and we could probably go on for hours with this, and we
Of
won't,
course.
don't worry. But why do we need this film right now? I can tell you why I think
Sure.
we need it. I think we need it because these discussions need to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. And discussions, that's the key, right? Just to talk. I mean, I think it should be mandatory for senators to all have dinner with one another one-on-one once a month or something. You know what I mean? Just to talk. to get to know one another.
When people put their differences aside, then it's remarkable what you could discover about other folks that you probably on the surface would think, no, we're not going to get along. But it's just incredible. And people do become friends. And this is something that we're seeing in this film.
Sure, we've seen people on opposite ends of plenty of issues that are really close friends. Now, this issue's a little different, right? There's a right and wrong. There's no room for racism or hatred or bigotry.
Absolutely.
There's none. But, it's okay to have differences. It's not okay to use them for violent means or any of those things. But if you do put those aside and first learn about each other, you can develop empathy for one another and start seeing each other as three-dimensional human beings.
I love that. Final question for you today, sir. How proud are you of this cast?
I mean, proud is, that's an understatement, but lucky is really what I am. Started with Taraji and then Sam and then Babou and Ann Heche and Wes Bentley, and I mean, it goes on and on. So I couldn't have asked for a better group, especially being a first-time director. So it made my job a lot easier.